Good morning, guys. Mr. Parisi here. Today we're going to be talking about financing a car. So, first things first, what does financing mean? That's just anytime you take out a loan to pay for something. And then you end up paying it back over time with a monthly payment. So monthly, you're going to be paying this off, and that money is coming from the bank, or a bank of some sort. So you're taking out a loan from a bank. So when we buy a car, we've got a few things that we've got to keep track of. Anytime you've got your car picked out and you say, this is the one for me, the first thing you should be thinking about is your down payment. And that is just part of the price. Paid upfront. So cars are very expensive items. We don't usually have, tens of thousands of dollars to pay for it all at once. So you make a down payment, which is paying part of that price up front, which then you pay the rest off by taking out a loan, which brings us to our next step is after you pay off part of it, you still have more to pay off. So you have to take out a loan from the bank. And you're agreeing to pay the bank back over time. And that's a determined amount of time that the bank will give you some different options. With cars, it is usually anywhere from 4 to 6 years that you're agreeing to pay the bank back. After you take out that loan, the bank pays the dealership or whoever you're buying the car from. So that car is paid off, but you don't fully own it yet. The bank actually owns it because they're the ones that paid the rest of it off. So you have to pay the bank back in order to make that car yours. All right, so then you get a monthly payment. And you pay the bank every month until you've paid off your loan. Okay, again, you're paying for about 4 to 6 years, and once the car is paid off, it is finally considered yours. So that is our last step, is you pay off the car completely. So if you decide at some point during your loan that you want to stop making that monthly payment because the bank paid for that car and you're paying them back, if you decide you want to stop paying that monthly payment, that's when the bank can say, okay, we're going to take your car away from you. So make sure you can afford the monthly payment, you can afford the car that you're buying, because the last thing you want to happen is the bank to take your car away from you. So those are the steps to buying a car, financing a car. So a couple questions we can go through together. We're going to find the deferred price, and that just means the total amount that you spend to buy that car. Now, it's not just as simple as what the price is, because for car one right here, this is a cheaper car. Maybe it's your starter car, $3,197, okay? Just because that's the price doesn't mean that that's what you pay, all right? First things first, you're going to pay your down payment. So I'm paying a down payment only once, so I pay $99. It's a one-time fee. But I'm paying that, and I'm paying something else. I'm also paying my monthly payment, which is $70, but I pay that more than once. In this case, it's a 48-month loan. 48-month loan would mean it's 4 years. So I'm paying this 48 times, okay? So I'm going to bring down my down payment. I'm paying that. When I multiply 70 times 48, that means just in monthly payments, I'm going to be paying $3,360 for this car. When I add my monthly payments and my down payment together, okay, now I get the total amount that I pay for this car, which is $3,459. This is higher than the original price. And why is that? When we take out a loan from the bank, you are paying something called interest. The bank needs some sort of incentive to lend you money. Otherwise, why would they just give you money for a car? Right? They need to get something out of it. That would be interest. So by them loaning you money for this car, you're paying, part of your monthly payment goes to the bank every month. So that's why you end up paying more for the car than what the original price was. So if we want to know how much interest we paid, we take what we paid, which was $3,459. subtract the original price of $3,197, and we get $262. This is interest. That's why it's that much higher, and it goes to the bank. Now, this case, interest isn't very much. $262 isn't a lot of money to go to the bank, so that's not a bad deal, but it's because the car in this case was so cheap and we needed such a small loan. The bigger the loan is, the more money you are going to be paying in interest to the bank. And likewise, the longer you borrow it for, the more interest goes to the bank. So as we start talking about more expensive cars, and when we get into houses, that's where you really see the impact of interest. Because houses are so much more expensive than cars. You pay a crazy amount of money in interest for houses. All right, second problem here, same deal. We're paying my down payment once, okay, just that $299 once. This is a little bit more expensive of a car, $5,000, so we should probably see a little bit more interest being paid here. I'm also paying my monthly payment, and I'm paying that 48 times, another 4-year loan here. So first things first, I'm going to do my multiplication. PEMDAS tells me I should do multiplication before my addition. So 115 times 48, we're going to get $5,520. I got to make sure I do not forget to bring down my down payment because I still am paying that as well. So I'm paying my down payment, I'm paying everything for my monthly payments, and that means the total amount that I've paid for this car is $5,819. Okay, again, notice that this amount right here is more than the original cost of the car. How much more tells us how much interest we paid to the bank. So take my total amount that I paid, $5,819, subtract that original amount of $5,379, and we are going to get a total of $440, and this is interest that is paid to the bank. You guys have the remaining 2 questions to do on your own now. So we've got one more here. Car 3 is going to be $7,984. Go ahead, calculate your deferred price and the amount of interest. And last but not least, car 4 is $9,849. Go ahead and calculate your deferred price and your interest. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment them on your Google Classroom assignment, and be sure to submit this when you are done. Thank you and have a great day.